Hey folks, I figured I'd do a new video. Just an update progress of my current WIP. This is my Chakra Mosaic. As you can see, I've gotten a fair bit done. But I still have a lot, quite a ways to go. As you can see, I'm using these hair clips. I rolled the what I've completed so far up with this foam roll. Yeah, that some canvases come with. And I've rolled up the bottom as well, and I'm using these hair clips to keep it in place. I'm also just folding over the plastic and keeping it clipped as well. And yeah, so I'm gonna progress. I'm gonna continue with this section, and just getting my my phone set up. And let's see here, just sorry about my hand being in the way, just trying to get it set up so that you can see what I'm doing. There, that should do. Yes, yep, okay. So I'm really loving working on this. Currently just flying through at times. There is lots of color blocking with 310s, like right here, and it's like all the way around. But yeah, there is a fair bit of color blocking, little sections, like there's a bunch of the W's here that are color blocking, some O's here, some P's here, and here, some O's here, some O's here. Yeah, so progressing along nicely. I'm really loving it. But I've noticed in just about every section that I do, I miss a D, and I come across it later. And it happens, yeah, quite frequently. Which I think is funny. Yeah, I'm working on sections about, like, I don't know, 6 inches long, anywhere from like 5-6 inches, sometimes even a little bit longer, depending. Like this one is a little bit longer than 6 inches, I think. I don't actually measure them. I just use my eye and go, oh yeah, I think that section looks like it'll be big enough for me to work on, and away I go. But yeah, usually on average they're about the length of this tray, on average. But the last section, because I work from right to left, remember, the last section here is usually a little bit larger. But it's not a big deal for me. So, anyways, let me think here. What's going on lately in my life? Well, last week I got paid and went to the big town 20 minutes away with my dad, because he goes there every Thursday morning, meets up with a bunch of guys that he's known for a number of years from my hometown, which is in the other direction. So yeah, the big town that we go to regularly is west of us. My hometown is east of us. And so anyways, yeah, he meets up with them every Thursday for coffee, which is nice. Gets him out and about and fresh air, all that stuff. And so while he's having coffee with the guys, I borrow his truck and I go shopping. And there's a dollar store across the road from Walmart. So I go to the dollar store and I get a few things, and then I go to Walmart and get some more stuff. And yeah, I spent a little bit too much money on groceries. But I always worry about running out of food before next payday. And with being on disability, I get paid once a month. And because I only get paid once a month, yes, I do worry about running out of food before I get paid again. I have run into an issue of running out of food before getting paid again, and I have relied on food banks, the food bank in the past. When I was living with my ex, most of my relationships did not last very long. The last relationship that I was in, that I've mentioned a few times, this toxic relationship that I was in it for about 9 years. Although the last year that I was there wasn't really a relationship. Yeah, we weren't really a couple. Well, actually, the last 2 years, I guess you could say, I tried making it work, but it's hard trying to make a relationship work when only one person is putting in the effort. But there have been times during that relationship where we did not have enough food for the two of us to make it through till the next payday, or even till like the food when we could get or when I could go and get food from the food bank. So I always made sure that he had enough food to eat, and rather than fight with him, because there were a couple of times when I was starving. I needed to eat something, so I ate something, and then he'd start a fight, saying that a relationship's supposed to be 50-50 and da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, well, okay, if the relationship's supposed to be 50-50, if we're supposed to be sharing everything 50-50, well, then technically half the coffee should be mine, half of his devil's lettuce should be mine. Yeah. During the time that we were together, I think I had maybe 1 cup of coffee that he had made, if that. I can't even remember if I even had one. Usually the only time, basically the only time I had coffee when he and I were together was when I was visiting my dad. Although there were a handful of times when I got a coffee from Tim Hortons for myself. In 9 years. The majority, so 100% of the coffee went to him and anybody else, but never me. Yeah. And there were certain other things that I got that I would buy specifically for him. 100% for him. So, yeah, there was never 50-50. Because, excuse me, when I used to smoke cigarettes, I would buy a carton of cigarettes for myself, and I would buy a can of tobacco for him. And now I know a can of tobacco would give you more than what you can get from a carton of cigarettes. And basically, yeah, I'd run out of cigarettes because he'd smoke all of his tobacco and then he'd run out of tobacco. So then I would be sharing my cigarettes with him. So from a carton of cigarettes, and a carton is 10 packs of cigarettes, I'd get 4 and he'd get 6. Because I didn't smoke very much. I quit smoking. Yay me. I haven't had a cigarette since his birthday last year. So it's been just over a year. It's been a year and just over a month. And feeling pretty good about it. There's the odd time when I miss it. Not the act of smoking, but, you know, the smell. Because I was so used to being around the smell. But that does not mean that I'm going to go out and buy a pack of cigarettes and start smoking. Or just light one up to burn and for the smell. No, I'm fine with not doing that. Perfectly fine with not doing that. Because of how much that he smokes of the devil's lettuce. Yeah, I could be, I could do the same with that, but no. Just from being around the smell. Like, no. I'm good. Don't need that stuff in my life. I am doing much better. I'm happier. Less stress in my life. I've got a good relationship going with a good friend of mine. It would be nice if things were a little bit better with him, but you make do with what you have. That's the way I see it. I'm yep, still living in my fifth wheel. Not far from the highway. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I may have a job as a dishwasher at a Texas smokehouse. Just, yeah, just a few feet from my place. Yeah, definitely within walking distance. It's, yeah, just past the dumpster here at my place. And yeah, because I live on my own, I sleep when I'm tired. I do what I like when I'm awake. Yes, it can be lonely at times because there's just me and my kitty cat, Peaches. Periodically my dad will show up, and every couple of weeks my friend shows up to visit. And yeah, I'm hoping things work out with this job, dishwashing. It's going to be I know it's going to be a struggle because of my hands and my back. Oh, this past weekend, I was at my dad's to do laundry, and while I was there, I weighed myself. The only time I weigh myself is when I'm at their place, because they've got a really nice digital bathroom scale that I actually bought for them, so that my dad could finally get rid of the ancient scale that he had when I was growing up. But yeah, according to the scale, I've lost 4 pounds since the last time I was at their place, which was about a month ago. So, yay! I am losing a little bit of weight. Actually, since I moved away, since I left my ex and moved to this little town, I've lost about 10 pounds. If I remember correctly, yeah, I've lost about 10 pounds. Yay! Yay me! I'm doing pretty good. I know it's really slow because I moved here, what, March? Or April? Something like that? Yeah. I could look it up, but yeah. For a more specific time. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, I moved here around March or April this year, and lived with the folks for a few months, trying to save up enough money to buy a 5th wheel. And yeah, and if I remember correctly, it was the beginning of June that my dad bought this 5th wheel and said, here you go, we'll get it all set up for you, hooked up, all of that stuff, and you can move right on in. So I did, and oh, it's been awesome living here. One downside is my vehicle, my van, my POS van. Yeah, I canceled the insurance on it, and it is parked, being used as storage. Sometime soon, my dad is going to be coming over, and we will be enclosing underneath the sleeper area, so I can use that for storing stuff. I currently have my bike under there, and tote bins for sawdust for my cat's litter box, which saves me a lot of money. Yeah, I just go to a sawmill not too far from here and fill up tote bins. Excuse me. Fill up tote bins with sawdust, and I get it's enough. It lasts me at least a couple of months. And I think I've already talked about all of this before in previous videos, but my memory is not the greatest, so I don't remember everything that I talk about. Not always. But let's see. Yes. So today's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And so I'm actually going to be seeing my doctor rather than just talking to him on the phone to get refills for my medications. So I'm actually going to be seeing my doctor and giving him the good news that I hopefully have a job. I don't know how long I'll be able to have the job, but we'll see how things go. In the meantime, yeah, aside from that, not much else is going on in my life. Yeah, my life is pretty boring, quiet and boring these days. I got lots of stories from from my past. Some of them, some of them, not very good stories. Actually, I've got quite a few that are not very good stories. They're very, I guess, sad, depressing. Like my ex-husband getting arrested and going to prison. Oh, I missed a couple of L's. Having my 2 youngest children taken away and put up for adoption. And my oldest daughter, she's living with her fiance. They can't afford a wedding, so they're just gonna stay engaged. I'm trying to help my daughter. I really like her artwork. I've always encouraged her with her artwork her entire life. Oh yeah, her entire life. When she was little, I got her books on how to draw. I got her private lessons for art, for drawing. Her artwork is a bit graphic. Flip over, there we go. But yeah, I want to help her be able to make some money by selling like copies of her artwork, even making custom diamond paintings out of some of her artwork. There is a YouTuber, a diamond painting YouTuber that I follow. I reached out to her. Her name is Star, from Starlight Starbright 70. Wonderful, lovely lady. Beautiful Christian lady from Canada, but she lives in New Mexico with her husband. And yeah, I saw in one of her most recent videos, she was talking about her Buy Me a Coffee program, whatever you, yeah, Buy Me a Coffee. You go to this website and she's got stuff. She's got her AI art and diamond paintings for sale through that, and it's like, well, that's something that my daughter could do. She could sell her artwork through that. So I reached out to Star, and I reached out to my daughter, and my daughter's like, well, I'll think about it. And yeah, basically that means she's probably not going to do it, unfortunately. I wish she would, because then she would be able to make she could sell her artwork and start making some money, because she's not currently working. She suffers from social anxiety like her father. She also suffers from depression like her mother and her father. She suffers from anxiety like both of us. So she spends most of her time playing video games, and she's pretty good at that, but but for her to be able to do her art, she she does it freehand, but she also uses like a sketch pad, a digital sketch pad to work on on the computer. But she needs a new computer. So she's trying to save up the money to get a computer, because she said she's got a friend who's got a computer tower that he's willing to sell to her for $300. So she's like, okay, well, trying to save up the money for that. But she's also wanting to save up money to get a new Xbox. And it's like, well, yeah. So if, with being her mom, I want to help her out, because I haven't always been there for her because of problems in my life. And so yeah, trying to find ways to help her make money, doing things that she enjoys doing, like her art. She doesn't really do much art drawing these days, because she's not quite 30 years old yet. Oh my god, she's getting up there in years, just like me. Anyways, but she's got bad arthritis in her hands. At such a young age, yes, she does. And I know when I got my surgery done for carpal tunnel, I asked the hand specialist about arthritis and cracking your knuckles and whatnot, and he said, well, there's been lots of tests done, but there's been no definitive proof that cracking your knuckles actually causes arthritis. And well, she's been cracking her knuckles for quite a few years, and she has issues with arthritis. Unfortunately, arthritis does run in the family. My grandmother had it, which interfered with her being able to continue playing the violin. My dad has it, which just interferes at times with him doing everyday run-of-the-mill stuff around the house and yard. I have it, which interferes at times with writing with a pen and doing dishes, and I don't know. I've never excuse me. It would probably interfere with me trying to do diamond painting. I've never, yeah, and my knitting and crocheting as well. Because, yeah, arthritis, it will interfere with anything that you do with your hands. A few days ago, I woke up and my right hand was bothering me a lot. My fingers, my joints in my hand were bothering me a lot, which was unfortunate. But by the time I sat down to do some work on this canvas, the pain was gone in my hand. Yeah, after a number of years of cracking your knuckles and whatnot, yeah, it gets to the point where your fingers, your joints will seize up in your fingers, and then you have to crack your knuckles. And yeah, I'm at that point in my life where, yeah, now I'm having to do that. I no longer, I've had to switch from using straight knitting needles to circular knitting needles, because straight knitting needles, it pulls the yarn, the weight of the project that you're working on, it pulls the weight of it off to the side, which causes stress and strain on your hands. So I use circular knitting needles, which keeps the weight centralized. Yeah, after every section that I do, I use the roller. This is the roller my friend gave me from Colorado. My friend from Colorado. I know I've mentioned in a few other videos that, yeah, she said she's gonna send, she's gonna be sending me a package at such and such date, and well, it hasn't happened in a while, but I understand life happens. Things happen in life that you have no control over. That's like me. I've been wanting to ship some diamond paintings, some completed diamond paintings to her. I haven't been able to because of expenses. But okay, let me just move this back here. There. Okay, so because I'm done with this section, this is going to take a couple of minutes. I need to roll this up. So don't mind my arm. So roll a little bit of this up. Put the clips back in. I know you most likely can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you once I'm done. Okay. All right, so I rolled this up a little bit. So now I can, I put it over the end of the my light board, which brings this up. So now I'm going to unclip the plastic, and I'm going to pull the plastic down and put these release papers along here, so then I can start working on the, and then I'm going to clip the plastic back on, so then I can start working on the next row. I also need to unroll this a little bit so that it hangs down just below the edge of the table. All right, so, oops, there we go. And, okay, there, done that. So now let's get the plastic moved. So then I can do the release papers. I know you're probably thinking, oh, that's a lot of work. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Keeps me busy. Definitely keeps me busy. Okay, so line up these. Yeah, when I do the release papers, they don't have to be perfect, because I can always adjust them. Yeah. Unfortunately, I run into an issue with my release papers where they don't really stick to the canvas like they used to. Certain canvases, I have this issue where they'll just start to slide, right? They'll slide from side to side. I don't know if you can even see this, but yeah, they'll slide. They don't stay in place like they used to. I had one canvas that I was working on a few months back, when I was still living at my living at my dad's. I had covered the entire canvas with release papers, but then I had issues with some of the release papers popping off and like falling off and sliding and whatnot. So I grabbed a roll of parchment paper and I just covered the canvas with the parchment paper. And then I would just cut a section of the parchment paper off. and work on work on a section at a time that way. And I actually really liked working on it in that way. So I think I'm going to start doing that again. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to start buying parchment paper again. Well, buy some parchment paper next payday, and start doing that with my canvases. Some canvases I would just keep the plastic on, and I would use washi tape for sections and then use my knife. But my knife, the blade is not quite as sharp as it used to be. So I've stopped doing that. I've stopped using it. I like working on it in that way. Oh, excuse me. I actually like working on it in that way better than working on it in this way. I'm looking at getting some more blades through Temu until I find a way of sharpening my blade. But yeah, this is, I don't know if you can see this, because I can't. Let me just move this here. Okay, so this I got not long after I first started diamond painting, so like 4 years ago. Yeah, I was watching YouTube videos on how to diamond paint and ways to make it, ways to diamond paint and whatnot, and they recommended the lady that I was watching, because back then there were, all the videos all the YouTubers for diamond painting were women. Most of them still are, but there are some men that are coming out of the woodworks, which I think is awesome. But anyways, yeah, they recommended getting a blade, so I went and I got this. I think I got it from Michael's. I cannot remember. It might have been Amazon. I can't remember because it was too long ago for me. But this is what I was using. But now the blade is, it's not quite sharp enough. When I do, the last few times that I used it, for me to cut through the washi, to cut through the plastic cover, I was also cutting into the canvas, and the cuts in the canvas were very noticeable. So I was like, oh, I don't want to keep doing that. I don't want to be damaging the canvas. So I stopped using the blade. So now, anyways, to continue, I'm gonna start working on this section. But this section is a bit too big, so I'm going to do that, cover part of it. Just a second here. I need to plug my light pad in, because it's starting to get too dim for me to see very well. There we go. I'll slide that back over, and yeah. So just want to quickly show you, these are the drills. If you saw a previous video of that I was working on this canvas, and I showed you all my drills, I'm now down to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All of them are in like single containers now, except for B. I got the B here, and then I got this B here, and that's it for B's, for my 310s. All the rest are in just one single container each. I have an empty blank here. I have an empty single here, just because of space. Actually, oops. Yeah, because Z, with Z in here, it's just a little, it's tight. But actually, I think that'll work. So then I'll just, yeah, I move them around a lot. But with it set up like this, it's like, wait a minute, there's space up here. Why is there space up here? I don't know. But that's just the way it works. It's working. So, these are my colors. So let's get back to there. That'll do. So, and I'm working on it in alphabetical order. So that's just how I want to do it. So there. Okay. So, oh, also, there is a YouTuber, TikTok. I know he's on TikTok. I can't remember if I don't know if he's on YouTube, but anyways, there's this channel. It's also an Etsy shop called Make Your Own Wall Art, or MYOWA, or as Mushy from Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting says, Meowa. I actually like the phrase meowa. But anyways, someone recently watched a tutorial or whatever on how he makes his putty, his diamond art putty for your pens. And they decided to try, and they're selling it. And so what he ended up doing on Meowa is he made some new putty and named it Clout, CLOUT, because this person that ripped him off, basically, they're calling their putty Cloud, like up in the sky, cloud. So he's selling Clout putty at a really, really good price. So I hopped on the bandwagon and I ordered myself some Clout. Now, because I'm in Canada, the cost of shipping to Canada is ridiculous. It is bloody ridiculous. Yeah. It's like $23, I believe, to ship to Canada. For Etsy to ship to Canada. For them to ship to Canada. It's like $23. Which is why I haven't ordered any alien... Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he calls it alien putty. Meowa has an amazing assortment of different types of alien putty. I love the look of all of them. They're different, I don't know what the words would be. Strengths or what have you. Some are soft, some are like hard, stiff. Some of the putties are for like people who are soft placers, like you very, very lightly, you barely even like touch the putty with, like touch the drill with your pen, right? Very, very lightly, like this. Touch, 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 touch. And then others, like you really press down hard. If you, oh, jeez. My garbage. My trash cup. I like this little cup. It works great. Uh-oh. Time for showers. Storm's coming. I don't know if you can hear, but that was thunder. But yeah, some people are really, they press really hard, and so they would get like the tougher, drier putty. Yeah, so I don't know where clout sits in those categories, but we'll see when it gets here. I'm really excited about getting it. If things work out with this job washing dishes, then I might just start ordering the other diamond, the other alien putty, alien putties, because yeah, I think they look awesome. I've made my own putty out of the waxes that come with your diamond kits, and using sticky tack, that blue sticky tack. But like I don't know exactly how I don't know how the I know oh, words are hard right at the moment. Miawa uses, and a lot of others, they use nanotape to make putty. I don't know how you would use tape to make putty, but and I don't know if there's like a special machine that you use to mix, but I did watch, I think it was a Miawa TikTok on making putty with just using, like with using the sticky tack. So when I saw that video, it's like, oh, perfect, that's what I'm gonna do. And I dug out my sticky tack. I knew there was a reason that I had been holding on to it for all these years. And it still works because I kept it sealed in a container. So yeah, so far I've made quite a lot of my own putty. And it's different colors because yeah, the wax that you get, like I've gotten blue and pink, 2 different shades of pink, and purple wax with my with canvases that I've gotten. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different putty, colored putty, what have you. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn this light on there. So the putty that I'm using, that I've made, it's a mixture of the blue wax, the blue sticky tack, the pink wax, and some purple wax. So I actually mixed all 3, and I have it in this container. I don't remember where this container came from, but yeah, it works. Oh my goodness, that thunder is getting closer. Oh, garbage. Little bits of trash here. Hey, with the light on I can see better. Yay, I can see. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting my alien putty, my very first of hopefully many. Yeah, because now Mushy and some other a few others that actually I don't know of others, come to think of it, that use it, that talk about it actually. My memory is not the greatest for certain things, and spot on for other things. It's really weird. But anyways, I know Mushy has talked. She talks a lot. She just loves the alien putty. Talks about it all the time. And she said like one piece of putty, like one little piece of putty in her pen, will last her for at least one diamond painting, maybe even two, depending on the size, which I think is awesome, because with this row that I just started, I'll be changing my the putty in my pen at least 3 times. At least 3 times. And like when I first put fresh putty in my pen, I press it down on my fingernail like this, and then any excess that squeezes out, I take that off. But then as I'm working, yeah, I find I actually do press a little bit hard, and so I get little tiny bits that squeeze out and come off. And I do try to press lightly, but I don't always press lightly. But after a while, yeah, it starts to get harder. It gets to the point where, yeah, I have to press hard in order to get the drill to stick to the pen, to the putty. Because it's so far up inside, right? Or at least that's my view, my thoughts on the subject. I'm still having issues trying to get my videos off of my phone and onto a USB stick or an external hard drive, onto my laptop, because yeah, my laptop just does not register that my phone is plugged into it when I go and plug my phone into my laptop. So, but it'll charge, my phone will charge. So yeah, I'm still having issues with that. And with my OneDrive, I was able to transfer some videos, like my smaller videos, because I'm not paying to increase my storage with OneDrive. Yeah, so I only have like 5 gigs of space with OneDrive, and well, OneDrive includes my email. So I've been going through my emails, and I get newsletters, daily newsletters from multiple writers about their books. And well, for over a year I've just been saving the newsletters in a folder, and well, I ended up with about 35,000 emails. Well, that takes up a lot of space apparently on my OneDrive. So I am like, well, okay, I need to go through those emails, and so I've been gradually going through them, and I still have about, I think, 25,000 to go through, something like that. 26,000. Yeah. So I'm just noticing that it's been just about an hour, so I'm just gonna call it quits on the video for now. I'm gonna continue working on this. So far I've just gotten the A's and the B's done. There are no C's, but there are D's. So I'll set it like this. This is how I always set it when I stop and take a break. So then I'm like covering at least a portion of what's exposed, so it's covered. I have the color that I'm working on next. That way when I come back to it, I'm not like going, okay, what color, what's my next color, trying to figure this, spend a couple of minutes trying to figure that out. It's right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and we'll see you later. And yeah, I'm gonna try and post another video soon. It all, of course, depends on circumstances. So, see you in the next one. Bye.